So I wasn't really gonna make this video, but it's been an idea that I've had on my mind a long time, and basically I'm going to be complaining about Sims 4. So, as you might know about Sims 4, it is nothing like Sims 3, 2, or 1. Yes, I realize that Sims 1 was bad because of the graphics, so was Sims 2, and yeah, but at the peak Sims lifeline, I guess you could say, Sims 3 was the best because there was just so much you could do in it, and they just had so much stuff that for some reason they cut out of Sims 4. So I just want to complain about Sims 4 for a little bit, and I know this might seem like a random video, but again, it is something I have been thinking about a long time, and I haven't really seen anyone talk about Sims 4 a lot like I'm going to in this video. And as you can see, we're back in the basement with a sweet couch. I was not planning on making this video, but here we are. And so I'm going to be talking in depth about basically everything in Sims 4 and my opinions on it, and you can leave your opinions in the comments below, and yeah, like and subscribe for more, and I would really like to hear your ideas on Sims 4 and any other Sims game. So right off the break, I want to get into the online stuff you can buy, and if you see I'm looking up, it's because I have all of my stuff that I want to talk about up here where my TV is at. So if you see me looking up, it's because I'm looking there. But anyways, first I want to talk about how Sims 4 is kind of being used and milked for money. So right off the break, you are given a starter map, or I think you get like a desert map and the grassy map, and then the one map with nothing in it, so you can build your own houses and stuff. And that's cool. I mean, you can obviously delete Sims if that are already in pre-existing households to make your own Sims. But honestly, the houses don't have that much space if you want to build a family that is a large family. Like, you have limited room. And if you go in a gallery, you can see like people build these giant houses that are honestly so cool. But then when you want to place them literally anywhere in any map, they're always way too big and you don't understand why. And you can't make it smaller or anything. And if you do place it, you'll end up cutting off like half of the map. I mean, half of the house or the lot or whatever it is. And yeah, they don't really do a good job of making giant lots for you to place stuff in. If you want to place a big house in a big lot, you're better off just going to a park, because parks are already pretty big in The Sims, and then resetting that scene or that lot and then putting your big house right there. But yeah, the fact that Sims 4 doesn't have big lots where you can place giant lots, like giant mansions or whatever, is honestly annoying, because I wanted to build like this cool mall for my Sims, and I had it all built out and I was so excited to place it down, but then it was just way too big and I couldn't place it down. And then I tried placing it down and ended up having half of the map cut off, half of my mall, because it was way too big. So yeah, that's a big complaint, not having enough space to build what you want. And along with not having enough space is the money issue. When you start off with Sims, you originally get enough money to sustain however many house members you have. And I don't know the exact number, but I'm pretty sure for like one Sim it's 2,000 simoleons or whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you want to buy a house in The Sims, most of the time they're going to be pretty expensive. And they're expensive if you're even buying a lot that's not even furnished. And that's honestly annoying too, because if you want to have a big family, you're going to have lots of money. And if you don't have enough money to buy any house, you're literally going to have to start off your Sims by living in an empty lot with just the bare necessities until you eventually work your way up. And I know lots of people like to do that. Like to start from the bottom up. But personally, for me, I like to put my Sims in this nice, beautiful house that's already built and stuff, and then just start playing them from there. But it's really annoying when you start off your Sims and you find this beautiful house you want to put them in, and you find out, oh, that house is way too expensive, so now what are you going to do? And another thing, next I wanted to talk about is the packs. Most specifically, the packs that require maps. So with a map pack, you get clothes and household accessories, and you get a map. And going back to the game being way milked for money, there are so many packs, and it's so cool that they have all of these packs, but they're way too expensive and way overpriced for what you're getting. Just take for example, hold on, give me a second. The Island Living Pack. You get a whole bunch of customizable options for your characters, which are really cool. You get face paint, hair, clothes, teeth even. And then with the build mode items, you get a whole bunch of different stuff from plants to indoor and outdoor decor and wallpapers and floors and stuff. And that's really cool. But the thing is $40. Now, you can say, oh, it's worth the price. I mean, you're getting a lot, so it is worth the price. Yeah, but every time I run out of houses on different maps, I don't want to be spending $40 more or less just to get a new map. I mean, I haven't bought too many expansion packs because I mostly don't like the prices. And a lot of the time they do set them at half off, 50% off. But, I mean, still, it's way too overpriced for what you're getting. I know you're getting a lot with the map expansion packs, but still, it's honestly not even worth it because I doubt you'll use most of the stuff in these packs. And if you do use most of the stuff in these packs, it's honestly not even worth it because a lot of the character customizations are not even that cool, and you only have so much options to customizing your own clothes. And in Sims 3, I have not played Sims 3, but what I do know of Sims 3 is that you could make your own clothes, and Sims had a lot more customization options when it came to making your Sims look however you wanted. And yeah, I don't know why they removed all of that for Sims 4, but Sims 4 was honestly just such a downgrade, and it's so annoying. And I don't know if you've been keeping up with the latest updates, but apparently now your Sims will do whatever they want on their own if you're not playing the game. And I don't know if this is true. I haven't seen my Sims change much. But if it is true, then I might have seen signs of it, and it is kind of annoying. I have a bunch of Sims, and sometimes I'll go into their customization options to change their clothes or whatever, and all of their outfits are just completely different from what I set them at, and that is just so annoying. And you can't turn the setting off to where they change their clothes on their own. And it's really annoying because then I have to go in and reset all of their clothes back to what they were, knowing that it'll probably not even matter because they'll just change their clothes on their own. And there's no way to turn off doing whatever they want when you're not playing the game anymore. And if it is true that they do whatever they want when you're not playing the game, then that's really annoying because I don't want my Sims killing themselves because Sims are not the brightest. And they're kind of like kids. You have to watch them or else they might burn their house down or die in embarrassing ways. And another issue I have with Sims is that you only have a limited amount of Sims that you can put in a household. Like, if you want a ginormous family, you can't do that unless you have mods. And if you're a console player like me, then you can't get mods or all of this cool stuff. You just have to work with what the PlayStation or Xbox or whatever console you're playing on gives you. And that's honestly not fair because PC Sims 4 has so many cool mods that make the game way better because people know what they want and so they just mod that and then they leak it so you can download that mod and get whatever you want. And it's cool, but if you're not a PC gamer and you don't have Sims on the PC, then you're not going to be able to use these cool mods. And yeah, it's just really annoying when they give you a limited amount of Sims. And I guess they might have done this so to make the game easier to play. Like, so you don't constantly have to like babysit each sim because I do have giant household Sims, but I mean, it is kind of hard to monitor them all because they like to do their own thing, and I have to make sure they aren't wasting their money and they aren't killing themselves and they're taking care of themselves. It's like having kids. So, yeah, I would honestly like to see them maybe make it so you can have as many Sims as you want while still keeping it in a number that is reasonable. And I know in Sims 3 you got to play as horses and animals, and I downloaded Cottage Living and the dogs and cats thing, hoping that would be the case, and sadly it's not. You cannot play as animals in Sims 4. And if you were new to Sims 4 and you got the animal stuff, and you were really excited to play as an animal, I am really sorry, but you can't. And it's kind of disappointing. The animals require so much attention and care, and I know that it real animals require that much attention and care. But I mean, Sims 4 animals require way more attention and care because if they aren't smart, like you don't have them their the traits where they are smart, then you're gonna have to be dealing with a lot and you're gonna have to just work with them and it's honestly time consuming and honestly not that worth it when you can't even play as the Sims animals. And I don't know. I would like to see Sims 4 add more animals like horses or literally any other animal, like maybe birds or something, because they have birds in the game, but they're like an NPC. You can't do anything with them, really. And I know horses in Sims 3 was like awesome because you could ride them and train them and stuff. And seeing that in Sims 4 with the new graphics would be just so awesome. And I would love to see that because I am a fan of horses and I love games with horses. And the fact that Sims 4 doesn't have horses, yet it has the cottage living with chickens and pigs and cows, but it doesn't have horses is kind of odd because I don't know much about cottage living, but it seems like it should have the horses. Now, staying on the cottage living, a thing that I find really annoying about cottage living is the fact that you can set your household to require ingredients. Now, if you don't know what this is, households can require ingredients like tomatoes, lettuce, fruits, and vegetables like that to make certain meals instead of just making it. And that's kind of annoying because I'll have Sims in my cottage living and I'll try to make food and I'll be like so confused because they won't be able to do it. And then I'll be sitting there for like minutes trying to figure it out and then I'm like, oh, duh, they're on the cottage living areas. And so I have to reset all of the settings just to make them able to cook food so they don't starve to death. And I don't know. What do you think about this? I mean, I personally don't like it because, like, it's kind of annoying having to, like, use ingredients and stuff like that because it just takes more time. But if you like it, let me know why. And another thing, probably the last thing I want to talk about, is the customizable options for your Sims. So, right off the break, you're given fingernails and hair and different clothes and stuff like that. But I mean, there's not really a lot of options you can go with clothes. I mean, sure, there's a lot of clothes options, but I mean, if you're trying to go for a specific style of look, it's gonna be kind of hard to do because their clothes options are kind of similar, just with slight variations. Like all the t shirts are basically the same, just with different patterns on the front. And I know that in Sims 3 you could make your own clothes. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't played Sims 3, but I have seen someone talk about you can make your own clothes. Now, I do not have Sims 3 and I don't know how to get Sims 3. I don't know if it is on the PlayStation anymore, but if it is, I would love to play Sims 3 and just test it out. And so, yeah, I'm kind of annoyed that you don't get to have clothes that you want. You have to go with what the game gives you. And, oh, the last thing I want to talk about is the jobs and traits and whatever. So, the game gives you lots of job options, and that's cool and all. But overall, the game is kind of boring because, like, your Sims get up, they go to work, they go to school, they eat, and if you have free time, you go to a park or whatever, then your Sims get tired, they go to bed, and you basically do it all over again. In Sims 3, you had burglars and people that could actually rob your house. And, like, the game was way more interactive and fun. I like the weather option. That's all cool because at least the map is interacting with you. But I mean, literally nothing happens in the game. Like, sure, Sims can come to your house and talk to you, or weather can happen, and you might get struck by lightning, or you might freeze to death if you're in the snow. But overall, the game itself is kind of boring when you're just sitting there playing Sims for hours and hours and hours and nothing's going on, or the same thing is going on over and over and over. And I really miss the burglars because at least that gave you something to do if you were bored playing Sims 4 and you had nothing to do. But I mean, the game does give you holidays and stuff like that, and there are like weather and stuff. But overall, the like actual game besides you controlling your character is just kind of boring. And my personal opinion on Sims 4 was that they probably rushed it out and they probably milked it for money by making all of these expensive packs and kits and stuff like that. And they cut a lot from the game from Sims 3 that I just really don't understand why they did it. Like, why would you cut the ability to make your own clothes? Why would you cut the ability to have horses or to be animal Sims? I just don't understand it. And I just honestly really feel like Sims 4 was a complete downgrade. Now, I have heard of Sims 5 possibly being in the mix. I have seen leaks of like what the characters look like, and they look like cringe TikToker characters. Not trying to bully anyone who is a TikToker, but I mean, that's literally what they look like. They look like teenage kids who sit in their house and make TikToks all day. Now, I don't know if they will change how characters look for Sims 5, or I don't know anything about what Sims 5 is going to be about, but personally, I don't see Sims 5 getting any better than Sims 4. I think it's just going to go on a downward spiral from Sims 3. But yeah, I just wanted to make this random video about my opinion on Sims 4 because I've been thinking about it for a while and I just had to get this stuff off my chest. If you agree with me, then comment below. If you disagree with me, then comment again. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on Sims 4 and 3. Which one do you like better? Which one do you hate more? And yeah, like and subscribe. And I will post daily. And if you want to see more me talking about games or just anything in general, me giving my opinion on them, then go ahead and suggest stuff. And yeah,